Aloha, everyone. Good morning. Welcome. Hi. It's a special mindful moment at an odd time. Normally it's 8:30 a.m. when I do the mindful moment, but I'm on a retreat in Hawaii, so I'm doing a mindful moment when I choose to do a mindful moment, and it can be varied times. So I am here. Who am I? Well, I'm Dr. Jonathan Zenz. I'm the spiritual leader at Unity of Tucson. What is the mindful moment? The mindful moment is an opportunity we take normally every weekday at 8:30 a.m. Arizona time to join together to consider a spiritual idea and also to enjoy the spiritual practice of affirmative prayer together. Why do I do this? I just laugh. If you know anything about Kauaʻi, there are so many roosters and chickens. They're everywhere. Why do we do this? Well, I'm consistent in this practice. I usually choose to do this practice every single day as a way of um, being accountable to myself in my spiritual practice. While I'm on retreat, though, every moment is a spiritual practice as I'm experiencing this time. So I tend not to as directly. But consistency in spiritual practice has made my life better. And so that's what I'm here to do, is to encourage a higher quality of life through the practice of spirituality. So I usually talk about an idea, and there's an idea that's actually come up for me today that I wanted to mention. Oh, my hair is really doing something funny. Yes, I get to comment on my hair when I see it. There's this idea that came up for me today, and I want to talk about, and I know I've talked about it before, but this is the spiritual idea today that I want to think about, that I want us to consider. And it's going to start with this phrase. In the absence of information, we are masters of making up stories. In the absence of information, we are masters of making up stories. And I want us to think for a moment. This is a call to me. I'm inviting us all to think for a moment if that is truly beneficial or if it is detrimental to make up stories. What comes up for you around that? There was an event that happened a couple days ago, and the event that unfolded, there was a request that event be kept confidential. And so in that experience of confidentiality, there were people who were in the next level of knowing, who knew that something had happened. And as we are trying to encourage and maintain confidentiality around that event, I start hearing the stories. I start hearing the stories of everyone like trying to fill in the gaps of information. And what I'm going to encourage us all to do today is to consider that that may not be the most beneficial use of our mind and heart. It may not be the best use of mind and heart. That as practitioners of New Thought, if you consider yourself a practitioner of New Thought, and a practitioner is not a lofty thing, it's just someone who practices, right? It's someone who practices the principles of New Thought. As practitioners of New Thought, the best use we can make of our minds is to hold firm in spiritual truth, in a feeling space, and not some airy-fairy idea of what spiritual truth is, but to truly understand and know the spiritual truth. So as this event has unfolded, and just to be very abundantly clear, all is well, all is well, all is well. The stories that started to get spread around were not rooted in fact. They were not rooted in fact. And like I said, when we have an absence of information, we love to make up stories. We want to fill in those gaps. It's the nature of our mind. It's the nature of the brain, right? We want to fill in those gaps. We don't like to have an absence of information. And so we start to imagine. And here's the thing. We imagine. It's a great faculty we have, the use of imagination. provided that that imagination is rooted in the constructive. So if you are ever faced, and this is a call for me, if I am ever faced with an absence of information, the best work that I can do is to not get myself, settled into the um, settled into a frame of mind where I'm making up stories to fill in the gaps, but to remember the spiritual truth. And the spiritual truth in the experience of a couple days ago is all is well, everything is handled, and that the nature of evolution is at play. And so I'm trusting that all is well. That's a statement of faith. I trust all is well. And that is what I'm going to hold firm in. In light of the circumstances I was experiencing, the truth is all is well. Let's really hear that. In light of the circumstances we may be experiencing, the truth is all is well. And that was my firm resolve in the experience. So I will let you know that when the time is right and I have permission, I will. These roosters, I love the roosters here. When the time is right and I have permission, you will hear more about what this event actually was, what the details of the event are. But I'm going to encourage you to not make up a story, to refrain from making up a story about what you think happened, and allow yourself to know this truth. All is well. Because that's really all that matters. In the spiritual understanding of things, all is well, always, no matter what. So one thing I do want to say before I step into prayer is one of the things I did not do and I normally do, and I am live. Like, that's the thing. I am live right in this moment. If you want to comment and say hello, I would love to say hello to you. Throw in a comment, whether you're watching live or on the replay. I always like to know who has joined us. So Vera, love the wildlife. Yeah, it's pretty remarkable here. All the roosters. Yeah, reach out, say hello. And of course, I do want to offer this reminder. And this is a spiritual truth that I hold firm in my heart. This is what I know about you. You are love. You are light. You are life. You are magnificent. And I encourage you to keep shining your light and sharing your magnificence. Yes. Diane, don't know what you're talking about. What I do know is all is well. And that's exactly what I was talking about. In the absence of information, Diane, we like to make up stories. And that's my encouragement, is to let go of the story that we may want to make up, because I've been very obtuse about what has unfolded here. There was an event that unfolded here. And in the peripheral circle around the event, people who didn't have information, and it was a confidential matter, the people who didn't have information, I heard them starting to make up stories. And so that's the encouragement today, is to refrain from making up stories, but know the spiritual truth. And you've nailed it right there. What you do know is all is well. All is well. That's the truth. And so, like I said, when the time comes, I will be, I'll be able to talk about what unfolded, and we'll get to the spiritual bottom of things, so to speak. So yes. So this is a special mindful moment, a different kind of mindful moment, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. Let's go ahead and engage in some affirmative prayer together. If it's safe and comfortable for you to close your eyes, I invite you to do so. And let's just allow ourselves to find that space of centered awareness. We can enjoy the sound of the roosters. We can enjoy the sound. I don't know if you can hear the other birds, but we can enjoy the sound of the birds, the crickets, the rustling of leaves. Just allow ourselves to relax right where we are. Settling into an ease and a grace. Ease and grace right here and right now. From this relaxed state of mind and body, I affirm this understanding that there is only one infinite power and presence. There is only one source. There is only the creative outflow. There is only God. There is only love. And this is who and what we are. This is our very identity. The wholeness of us is divine. We are God. We are love. We are light. We are the illumination of the divine. And the divine is illuminating by means of all that is. And so we are a collective illumination. We are the good. We are the magnificence. And so rooted in this understanding, I know that right here, right now, that I speak this spiritual truth and I understand and embody this spiritual truth that all is well. All is well. And I needn't make up stories in the absence of information. That my role and responsibility is to always settle into the spiritual truth of well-being, of perfect flow, of light, life, love. I know that I can be in the experience of circumstances, letting go of the manner in which I may choose to judge those circumstances. I let go of judgment and I welcome a greater understanding. I welcome the love. I welcome the light. I welcome the life, trusting in the flow, all is well. So that is the nature of the divine, to always flow forth in perfection, no matter what. And so I hold firm in my resolve that this is so. And it is with gratitude and appreciation overflowing from within that I simply let it be. I relax, I trust, and I allow. And I affirm this truth by saying, and so it is. And so it is. Amen. Well, I'm always grateful for the time we share together. Thank you so much for joining me here on this special mindful moment while I'm on the island of Kauaʻi. If you are in Vera, I know because you're in Mental Muscle, we will be meeting for Mental Muscle again tomorrow. Of course, that event that unfolded drew me away and I was not able to have our Mental Muscle session on Monday morning, but all is well. And so we will be meeting for Mental Muscle again tomorrow morning, those of you who are part of that program. And that's it. I look forward to seeing you all soon. I don't know when I'll be back for the next mindful moment. It may be next Monday at 8:30 a.m., but it might be tomorrow. I don't know. I'm in Kauaʻi. I'm enjoying my spiritual practice here and enjoying my spiritual retreat. So grateful to have this check-in time. Jerry, hi. Hello, hello. Grateful to see you. Yes, yes, yes. So that's it. Peace and blessings to you. Make your day magnificent. Know that you don't have to do anything. Just be yourself. Shine your light. That's magnificent. Love you all. Bye.